What's up, Metal Summoners? It is so great to be rocking out with you guys, surprising you guys as we have appeared on a Tuesday, a little bit outside of our normal bracket, but we are always down to rock out and have a good time and have things thrown at us from across the room. We really, really appreciate you guys always showing so much love and support to our bands. Tonight's going to be no different. More great conversations, more great things to talk about. This is your Island of Misfit Toys with myself and Angel, and we have got Mark joining us right now. We have got Streetcar Revenge live right now coming in from Connecticut while we're hanging out in Maryland and Jersey, but it's going to be an all great time. Mark, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time again this evening, man. Welcome to the Metal Summit.
Thanks for having me. Hey, that's a great intro.
Oh, thank you, man. Absolutely.
It makes us feel like Loverboy after hearing that, but
oh yeah, no, definitely. Like that's the second intro that a friend of ours, Shad, has put together for the show, and he really went really heavy when it came to like the music. The first intro, the music was a little bit more like, rock and roll. This one is definitely a lot more like, like death metal.
Oh, yeah, big time.
But it's definitely starting to grow on me because, it's hearing our show's name like in the lyrics and vocals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So we appreciate Shad putting that together for us. But dude, first and foremost, congratulations are in order. I mean, your debut record is out, man. It sounds awesome. Angel and I were talking about like what band we thought it sounded so much like, but it's a great sounding record, man.
Thanks so much. It was a long process. We're so happy to finally get it out. This has been going on kind of for about 5 years.
Wow.
All the stops and starts, and it was nice just to get it in our hands finally. And then the reaction we get from it is even better. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, man, for sure. I mean, judging based off that, that 5-year area, did you guys get it started? Like, did you have it going before the big blackout when it came to COVID, or is that what kind of caused like the initial like delay, or did you guys start kind of working on it like during that downtime?
No, what happened in 2019, we played, it's a local music fest around here called New England Rock Fest. And at the time, we were the only unsigned band. And we killed it. It was one of the best shows we ever played. So Ryan from Ionian Records grabbed us after, said, love the band. Want to sign you guys, get a CD out. So we had to write a few more songs to try to fill it out. And as we're doing it, our singer decides he wants to go back to the country scene. So he leaves us high and dry.
Oh.
We went through a couple of years, then COVID hit after that. So we found our CD, turned it into the record label and said, we like it, but you got to do it over with a new singer. So we were kind of back on another search.
Oh.
So we ended up finding Rick, who's with us now. He was a friend of ours. We played some shows together just before COVID. We always said, God, if we ever need a singer, he'd be good for us. The problem, he lived in New York City. We're in Connecticut. So we figured, let's just call him. Hey, we got a record deal. Maybe that's worth something. And he came, and we actually just took everything we recorded, deleted the vocals off, and sent it over to him. And he rewrote the words and melodies to the kind of pre-recorded music. And he killed it. The first one he did was Satellite. And
oh, nice.
He killed it. After that, we're like, just keep going. All the recordings, a few stops and starts along the way with that. We were lucky enough to record with BJ Zampa from Dokken. Yeah. And he has a busy schedule, so we were trying to work our schedule between his schedule, getting Rick to come in from New York City into Connecticut, when BJ was in town. So it probably took maybe a couple months longer, but we finally got it. So,
Absolutely, for
yeah.
sure. How was it, with Rick, like considering that he was already, a peer of your guys of you guys, as opposed to like having to potentially tackle like a singer that is, outside of your guys's, that's outside of your peer group.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it worked out perfect, because it was just nice because we were friends before, so we're kind of at that point in our lives now where it's fun. We just all want to be buddies. We have a good time. Practice is fun. We're playing, we're hanging out afterwards, solving the world's problems with some beers. And Rick fit right in, so it made it comfortable. He was excited to get the songs to us. We were excited to hear him. And it was actually got to be a lot of fun again. After a few years of starts and stops.
Oh, yeah. No, and that's definitely really valuable when it comes to that. How did the song Rock and Roll Satellite come about? I mean, Rock and Roll Salute, because I really like that one myself.
You like that? Yeah, what he did, he wanted to just, all our songs, we try to write about things that happen in our life. And, Rock and Roll Salute, it's just a typical story, when you're having a bad day and music just makes everything better.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the approach we take, even the sound, it's kind of that upbeat, maybe a little bit of 80s, back when music was fun. We kind of want you to just forget about your problems for a little while, just come hang out with us, let the music get you through. And Rock and Roll Salute, which is kind of a tribute to that.
Absolutely, brother, for sure. When it comes to having the record out now, and again, you're talking about it being a process and it being a 5-year process, but how have you found the reception to the record being? Because it's definitely getting its fair share of press, not just, with us, but like there's definitely like a buzz about the album. So like how are you guys seeing the reception?
I'll tell you, we're pleasantly surprised. You record it and you're always like, oh yeah, this is the best one. We're your mother's favorite band. And we got it out and we're shocked by it. We started working with Pavement Entertainment and they pushed it out. Right now it's being played in 10 countries. It's probably getting about almost 300 plays a week, between all the stations. The Shark in Indianapolis, they're playing it about 4 or 5 times a day. Station in Brazil is playing about 6 times a day. Germany. So, we surprised ourselves. And then just even people, the complimenting the production of it, the sound of it, just the structure of the songs. It's been good.
That's awesome, Mark. Hell yeah, brother. I'm gonna kick it up to Angel, who's gonna pick it up after this final question from me in this segment. But how was the name of the band? How did that come about?
Well, what happened when we started recording, we were actually called Scam, SCAM, and we had a kind of a cool voodoo vibe going, with the logo and everything. And right when we turned everything in, the record label was happy with it. But then we went out for dinner, and they said, guys, you may want to think about changing, just because, if you play kind of out of market where people don't know where you are and they see a band and they want to look it up, it was too hard to find Scam. Everything but the band comes up when you search for Scam. So we were out with Ryan from Eonian and actually John Kibble from Kibble Records, just brainstorming names. And John Kibble came up with it. And we said, yeah, that's a pretty cool name. Then it all kind of fell into place. A buddy of mine has a car lot where he deals in classic and custom cars. So we did the photo shoot in his dealership. So if you notice, we have some pretty cool cars behind us. And, so everything just really came together for us.
No, very cool, man. And it definitely has like a cool font design as well. And, of course, when it comes to like rock and metal music, like, the font of your logo is always often a talking point when it comes to something being eye-catching.
Yeah, it really is. The whole package came out terrific. We were lucky we worked with. Jeremy Safer did all the photography for us. He's just one of the best. With the lighting and what he did is unbelievable. And then the final mastering, Anthony Fox did it for us. So that really put it over the top. Boy, when we got that back, we heard it and kind of blew us away too. It surprised us.
I'm a big Beautiful Creatures guy. So
me too. Even Bang Tango. I love those guys from the day. Oh,
absolutely. Bang Tango and all that kind of stuff. And, being a fan of DJ Ashba from back then, the small tenure that he had in the Bullet Boys. But then, of course, with what he does with 6 a.m. I mean, those 6 a.m. records are bulletproof, man. I think those things are just so great.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge Nikki Sixx fan anyway. So
Oh, same.
yeah, everything he does, I love. You know.
Yep. Absolutely, for
Yeah.
sure. Angel, my good man, let's kick it up to you.
And just want to say thank you for your time, man. Definitely love the album. I'm not gonna lie. I've listened to "You Don't Love Me" 5 times. I mean, look, when we all listen, I mean, look, we're all music fans. When we all listen to a record and we get hooked on one song, we have to listen to it another 10, 20 times before
Oh
we
yeah.
get to the next song.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we
And
do the same.
yeah, so we're all guilty of that.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
I haven't, look, I grew up in the 80s where we grew up on the power ballads. And
Yep.
this is like kind of takes me back to that time. If this album had come out 30 years ago, that's the song I would be looking for because we always look for the low
Sure.
ballad. How did that song come together?
Well, it was actually originally recorded. It was called "With or Without You," which was with the original singer that we kind of had a scrap, and then Rick came through and wrote it, and I guess he kind of wrote it almost from instead of kind of the guy being the aggressor, where the girl kind of initiated a breakup, and the guy was trying to smooth things over, get back into good graces.
Yes,
Yeah.
we love her too. Damn it.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's kind of a little flip on the usual power ballad.
I love it.
Same thing. We grew up in the '80s. So every album needs a good power ballad. Then we have "I'll Come Running," which is kind of a mid-tempo. So we kind of checked all the boxes.
Yes, it does. I was like, it's like a mid tempo. It's not like complete. Well, people definitely got to listen to it.
Yeah.
But I just listened to that and I'm like, I haven't heard a ballad like this in so many years.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
So definitely kudos to you guys for doing that.
yeah, thanks so much.
Just the album overall, and like I said, we do have the track listing down below.
Yeah, but watch it to go by. It's a pretty cool feature.
So you guys are up in Connecticut. So you guys, are you far from Boston?
We're kind of almost right in the middle between New York City and Boston.
Yeah.
Boston is maybe 2 hours from us. New York City about 2.5.
No,
So it's a good spot.
No, just because we know a promoter that's up in Boston.
Oh, do you? Yeah, whatever you got. If you can send me the information, we'd appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you guys are like 30 minutes from my aunt's house. So if you ever have a show and you need me to host it, let me know. It's a good way for me to go.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll take you up on that for sure.
I'll bring her to the rock show. She's never been to one, so she's at that age where she can do a rock show.
Yeah. Well, it's not too bad. It's somewhat melodic. When we play local, even my parents come. They're in their 70s. They wear their little Streetcar Revenge shirt. So, we give them their own little area so everybody stays away from them.
So with this album, it's 10 songs. I'm speechless because it's that good of an album.
Thank you so much. That's so cool to hear.
Hey, I'm like, fuck, this is a really great record.
Yeah. Thanks. It's fun because you're making it, and every song is kind of labor of love. You listen to it, you're like, wow, I really like this one. But then you wonder, is it just me, because it's our song that I like it, or is everybody else going to like it too? And it's cool. We're getting a lot of positive feedback. People are actually generally surprised by everything from the quality of it to the songs to the hooks. We even see when we play, it's kind of cool when you're walking out and somebody's kind of humming your song when you're walking by them. It's like, all right, we did something right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure by the time I see a show, I will have heard the song like about another 100 times. I'll be holding up the poster saying, play.
Nice.
Play my song.
Yeah. Yeah, you come to one of our shows, you got it.
I'm going to hold you to that too.
Yeah, we'll talk after this. Send me your information. We got one coming up that might be cool for you to host.
Cool.
Yeah.
As far as shows and everything, if there's anything you can tell us about the rest of 2025, as far as shows coming up?
Yeah, we have a couple local ones right now, and then we said this satellite is doing great on the Shark out of Indianapolis, and our record label is based out of there. So we're putting together something now to kind of get out that way into the Midwest. Next week we're taking a trip down southeast to try to get into the southeast area. You know, the Pensacola, Biloxi. You know, our kind of music is big down there. So you know, we're hoping fall, you know, to really, you know, get some long weekends. You know, fly in, fly out.
You know what? That's the best way to spend a damn weekend.
It is.
Weekends I've done with rock shows are the best times I've had in my life in my 40s.
Yeah, that's what we figure. You know, you kind of get a little mini vacation. You get to play your music, you know, sell some merch, and if you come back with zero, I guess it's a win. You know.
As a fan, I know the golden rule is you take Monday morning off.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, especially now we're getting older. We used to be able to go in on Mondays, but it's starting to hurt a little bit now.
As far as next singles, has the band or label decided on the next single to put out?
Yeah, we did. Satellite was the first one, and then we just released Little Piggies.
I love that
song. Yeah, the video just came out about 2 weeks ago. So that one is very different than Satellite. I don't know if you listened to it yet. It's kind of almost a dirty bluesier song, and even that, it's getting great response so far. Yeah, and then I think after that we'll probably go with It's Not Too Late. It'll be the third one. So,
yeah, but that
we all like How Come Running, but it just seems a little bit too long, you know, with the intro. Not really made for a single, but it's still a great song. So I think It's Not Too Late is going to be next.
Oh.
Yeah, but Little Piggies is out there. If you go on, you know, YouTube, obviously stream it anywhere.
It's very
yeah, we try. You know, what we try to do is make every song a little bit different. You know, this way, you know, you kind of tell one song starts, one song ends, and maybe one will stick with you. You know, we want you kind of humming one of them on the way out. You know, then we know we did all right.
Is that kind of the plan for like singles for the record? Is 3?
Yeah, I think so, because we have an agreement for the second album already. So we have about 4 of the songs. Music's all written, ready to go. And, you know, Rick is starting to work on the lyrics and melodies now. So what we'd like to do is maybe springtime, you know, get in the studio again and, you know, have it come out next fall.
Nice.
So, yeah. We're all getting older. You know, we got to rush it. So,
yeah.
Not like the old days we had years to do it.
Do you find yourself in the band to be kind of like full record type of people, or do you like the ideas of like, you know, a single here, a single there to kind of keep like an individual song, like just to kind of keep things fresh for fans for like new music, or do you guys kind of like building towards the big release?
Yeah, we're lucky enough, you know, to have the support from Ionian, you know, and you know, they like the full CDs, you know, the big release, which is fine with us. We're kind of throwbacks anyway, you know, kind of the old school. You know, half the people don't even have CD players anymore, you know, but you know, they sold them through there, and you get the core group who buy them, and it's still funny of the artwork. It has all the words on there and everything. So, yeah, we tend to lean towards that way, you know, and then release the singles off of that. You know, what we'll probably do is, you know, next one, maybe release a single a month before the actual CD comes out, you know, just to get some promotion.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, kind of the old school way.
Yeah. No, absolutely, for sure. Right back to Angel.
And I love the old school way. Like I said, it's just, I mean, I keep talking about the song, and I'm probably going to talk about it to death, so my apologies. But the whole album kind of takes me back to the time when we would listen to an album from start to finish. Just the album start to finish is an awesome record. It starts with
thank you guys.
Which freaking rocks.
Yeah, so, thanks so much.
When it got
that's what we try to do. You know, again, just keep every song different, you know, from tempos to, you know, keys. Just really mix it up. You know, this way each song has its own personality. You know, really kind of keep your interest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know what? At the end of the day, with bands nowadays, one of the things that they're doing and like I said, kudos to the band for doing a full length album, is that they will put out like a few songs at a time, and then when they put out that full length album, you won't be able to get like the single. So in the end, everybody comes to putting out that full length album anyway.
Yeah. We were talking about it early on, doing just a bunch of singles first, then the album. But again, just following the model, with the Onion, they prefer to have the whole CD out, and do it that way, which is kind of good anyway. This is when you're recording, you kind of get in the groove, and you do the 10 songs, you're kind of rolling, it's a fun little time of life. It takes a couple months where, you're just kind of dedicated to it, you throw yourself into it, and, no real starts and stops. It's nice. So.
Of course, I meant to put this picture up, the album cover. Duh. Mm-hmm. I had one simple. Well, hold on. Here we go.
All right.
Now that cover kicks ass.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a little bit of both. It started off as kind of an AI idea, then we gave it the Onion, and then their art department just made it 100 times cooler. Everything from the little SR up on the top, to to just the hot rod in general, with all the metal, and we were happy. It came out really cool.
I mean, I'm a horror movie guy, and one of my favorite movies is Christine.
Yeah. We kind of wanted that vibe, kind of mystery to the metal. So we were pretty psyched when we saw it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Damn, I forgot what my next question was going to be.
Then it was good for T-shirts and logos. We actually have like 3 different kinds of shirts that we cut out of this one logo. We have the full one here. Then we just took the 2 words, put them together. And then we even have one with the SR up on top. So we got our money out of it.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you listen to Dead Will Rise? Being a horror movie fan, that's a pretty cool song too.
Yeah. I did for sure.
Yeah.
My next question was, is there any pressure you guys putting on yourselves for the next record?
No, not really. Believe it or not, it almost comes easy. Generally Billy comes in with the guitar riff. We just kind of jam around in it and practice. We'll record it and then get it over to Rick. Then he obviously arranges it, how he wants it. But it's going good. We just try to have fun with it, and we've all put our little parts in there, and it just comes together for us. Just keep doing what we're doing.
Man, I'll got my next question. Jay, sorry, my mind just went blank.
No worries, it's all good, for sure. When it comes to the idea of like crafting music, one of the questions that Angel and I love to talk to guests about is like, when you feel that a song is complete, as opposed to when you just want to keep on tweaking it. How do you guys kind of look at, how do you guys look at it when you've, made the decision that a song is done and you don't want to touch it anymore?
Well, it's funny because generally what we do, our band room is kind of the back room in my cousin's bar. She has a little shot in her bear place in Waterbury. And they had a banquet room. So we kind of closed it in. We turned it into a nice big band room. So we'll kind of take the song, we'll work it, kind of get all the way through it. When we think it's all right, we make everybody in the bar come into the band room. And we try it out on them.
Nice.
So sometimes they'll tell us, that stinks. It's too long. And, sometimes like, that's a home run. Keep it the way it is. So we end up with about 30 different opinions on it. But it's funny to ask. We probably have a different way than anybody else. That's
going to be a very, very interesting time when you guys decide to put out like your B-sides and rare cuts record.
Yeah. Especially the later it gets at night. The commentary gets even more saltier. Yeah,
seriously. After a couple of jacks.
Yeah. You kind of you pull them all in at about 11 o'clock. It gets a little messy.
Yes. No, absolutely. When it comes to the overall just writing process, like obviously you guys put together this kick-ass record. So in general, of course it's gonna be good. But when it comes to just the chemistry of the band and how you guys find that you work together with ideas and riffs and designs, how is the chemistry in the band?
It's good. Like what was really cool with Rick is he brought a real fresh look to it. Because Billy and I, we kind of have the 80s vibe. We grew up on that. Billy played in ESP back in the day. I don't know if you remember them from the mid 80s.
The Eric Singer Project.
No, actually, but even before them, they were a Connecticut band. They were.
Okay.
Yeah, almost like a Iron Maiden type sound. So he came from that. I came from that same era. So we kind of, Billy will come in with the main riff. We add in the bass, add in the drums, and then we get over to Rick. And Rick he's more of a 90s guy. So It's interesting because he'll change just the timing, when the songs come in, when they start. Like Satellite, for example, it actually starts on the second note of the chorus and it ends back on the first note. It's cool, so it kind of gives it a cool vibe, instead of being like a overly 80s sounding thing, he kind of gives it that little bit of, 90s, 2000s. Yeah. He puts that in it. But it was interesting for us because, again, we had the 10 songs all done that we were playing for a couple of years. And then he came in and just completely changed them, with the melody, the lyrics, same songs, but everything was different.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, we didn't realize how much we listened to the words, when we're playing.
When you look back at how the songs started to how they finished with the, inevitable release, how do you look at those songs, like, and how they, progressed? Because obviously you had, your first singer, and now Rick is the guy, and he's of course putting his stamp, his creative writing behind it. But when you kind of look back at how those songs began to how the finished product was, how do you look at that time?
Well, in the first version, I thought were good. The original singer we had, he nailed them. He did a great job on them. They were good songs at the time. And, what Rick did, he took them to another level for us. He really took, what was good songs and turned them into great songs. If they came out the way it was, we would have been happy with it. If the singer, did what he was supposed to do, it would have been a great CD. And in the end, it kind of worked out because, we had Rick come in and, tweak him a little bit, modify him a little bit. And, turned out good. Really made him better.
Nice.
Yeah. Because now we listen to the two of them like, wow, it's hard to tell it's the same song. Yeah. He really did a nice job.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Absolutely.
It took years to get everybody together, but worked out in the end.
Are you guys all relative with Rick being in New York, but is the core of the band or the rest of you guys all in Connecticut?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm in Wolcott, kind of near Waterbury. Billy's up in Simsbury, and Tim is Southbury. So we're maybe all within a half an hour of each other.
Oh, nice.
So what we do a lot, we don't have Rick come in every week. So usually the three of us get together, on our own sometimes. We run through the music without the vocals. Maybe work on some new stuff to get over to Rick. If we really like it, we'll call him and play it over the phone.
Nice.
We think we got a good one. So he knows when he gets that phone call at 9:30 on a Tuesday.
Yeah. I said, where are you at, dude? We're talking about you.
It's like, look what we did. Check this out.
Tune in.
Yeah. Put the phone down, run over, and start playing.
It is 9:30 right now.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It is Tuesday too.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Angel, keep rolling with it, my friend.
Oh man, what do you like the most about being a musician?
Honestly, just the camaraderie, the people you meet. I was looking back at it the other day, and a lot of my closest friends right now, I really just know from the music world. Whether they're seeing their band, seeing my band, just meeting them at a show. It's just the camaraderie is great. Just the friends you meet, the people you meet. Really all over the country. Go to different places and you see somebody who you cross musical paths with at some point. It's really cool.
When it comes to bass, are you a 4-string or 5-string?
I'm a 4-string.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a throwback. I play with my fingers. I use a 4-string.
My adopted son Brian has a question.
Sure.
The Beatles or Elvis?
That's tough. I always said I wanted to do a cover, believe it or not, like a rock version of "Burning Love" from Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I like the Beatles' whole body of work a little better. So.
How many bass guitars do you have?
I think I have about 12 altogether. Yeah, through the years, we built a couple. Some of the classics, you get a deal on them through the years. Yeah, I only probably play 2 of them. I use got a music band behind me, the green one, and Gibson Thunderbird. So I alternate between the 2 of those.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The other ones are just kind of for
that's your Nicky
practicing
6.
Yeah, I do have the Nicky 6 Thunderbird too, the Blackbird.
Yeah, I have that. I have that too.
Yeah. Sounds nice. Then I have a regular Gibson Thunderbird, in the brown.
Yeah. I like the fact that it's just got a kill switch on it. I love the fact that it doesn't have a bunch of extra knobs because I'm kind of a knob snob. And
me too.
I'm like, just give me, if anything, just give me like, a volume and leave me alone.
Yeah, well, I like it. It's either on or it's off.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about your hand hitting a knob while you're playing or something, or you brush into something, all of a sudden you can't hear it anymore.
For sure.
Here's a question for both of you. Do you guys prefer to play with your fingers or with a pick?
I'm fingers. I use solely fingers.
I'm a pick.
Yeah.
I mean, my style of like playing bass when I was growing up was like, it was very like glam and kind of goth oriented, and a lot of those bands, that's just how they are. Like the bass players that influenced me are Nicky Six, Shawnee Solt from White Zombie, and Rachel Bolan from Skid Row, and Peter Steele from Type O Negative. I mean, they're all pick players.
Oh yeah. Well, it's funny because when I first started, taking lessons, the teacher was a big Southern rock guy.
Oh.
So I kind of really cut my teeth on everything from Skinner to the Allman Brothers to Outlaws. So of course kind of just got me going on fingers like that, and then through the years you start adding a third finger and speeding it up. So I mean, both good. Can't go wrong either way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, some of my favorite bass players still use picks, and like I said, Nicky Six, Extreme, I love.
Absolutely. Extreme, Lemmy, like he made that. I swear, Lemmy just made playing with a pick cool.
Yeah, he really did. Look cool, sounded cool.
Yes. That's an interesting question.
With a pick. I never realized Lemmy played with a pick.
Yep.
Oh yeah. A lot of them do. There's really, like I said, you can't go wrong either way. Just like, guess however you cut your teeth coming up. Oh, that's an interesting question. It was 1 week to write a song. Believe it or not, most of our songs come together really in one practice. Usually what happens is, like I said, Billy will come in with a riff, and we just kind of play it for 3-4 hours straight. Then by the time we're done, we can at least get through it, from start to finish. And then at that point, we try to get over to Rick, and then he'll change the arrangements. And then the next time we get together, we'll come in, we'll hit it again. Naturally, you do the first one, you kind of get through. It's bare basics. Then you get home, you listen to it, you tweak it a little bit during the week. And it ends up just getting a little more intricate, by the time we get together in the next week. But I think to answer the question, like the first day is really intense. It's probably about 4 hours of beating it into the ground. And then, it's maybe a day or two of listening to it in your car on the way to work, and you kind of almost go into my head where, I can use a little bit extra here, a little bit of color here, a little bit of walking there, and then come home, try it out, see if it works, see if it doesn't. And then, by the time we get to that following week, we pretty much have it all down. So it's a fun process. Yeah, try it out on a wife and make her come in here and listen. And, what do you think of this? She doesn't know what she's listening to, but she'll give me an opinion.
Here's the final question from me.
Sure.
Are there any songs that did not make the record?
No, this time, because when we first got signed, we had probably 7 originals, so we had to write 3 more.
Oh.
And we had them done, and then with Rick, we didn't want to. We told him just focus on these 10 right now. So there were no complete ones. All 10 that we recorded ended up on the album.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. We got another pop-up question that came up from Brian, who he's definitely one for the creative questions. He wants to know how close you've come to killing a bandmate.
We've been through 3 singers and 4 drummers, so we came pretty close a couple of times with the drummers. We had one guy, he wanted to be like a thrash drummer or something, and we practiced Friday. We had a show Saturday. All of a sudden, Saturday, he starts playing this crazy cymbal thing, like for the whole show. We actually had to close our eyes, stop listening to him, just count in your head. So that was one time we came real close.
Nice, right on, dude. Mark, when you look at the current album out right now, and of course wanting to push that with your shows in the rest of 2025. Going into 2026 and talking about how, you've already got another record being worked on and the conversations with the release of a second record. What are like your personal goals for 2026, just to kind of make things like simple? Like, what would you like to see Streetcar Revenge achieve?
Well, right now, we want to try to get out on the road because right when the CD came out May 24th and kind of a health issue, I had a torn mitral valve in my heart, I found out. So I had to have open heart surgery July 22nd. So,
is there anything more metal?
Oh, I know. I just want to get the CD in my hand. I'm like, please give me the CD before the surgery, just in case.
CD in one hand, your heart in another.
Yeah. It's been so long coming. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Now I got to do that. I'm not going to see the CD. But at least that's behind us. So we couldn't really get out as much as we wanted over the summer just because of that. But so this fall, we're really looking to get out. We want to really hit the eastern part of the United States right now. We got a couple good opportunities we want to hit. Really push it out there. It's just exciting to get the feedback. Have the people actually like what you're doing. Yeah. Like I said, it's cool. You go to practice every day, you think nothing of it. All of a sudden, one thing leads to another, and then we're talking to you guys. And you like our music. Man. How cool is that? Now we want to really get out there and experience it live. With people right in front of us, and then hopefully ride that right into the next CD. Keep it going into next summer. Obviously next summer we like to get more of the festivals. The bigger shows.
Sure.
That we missed out on this year, but so hope we can build a foundation this year. Kind of get the house on top of it next year, and really get out there and let everybody know about Streetcar Revenge.
Absolutely, man, for sure. Angel, I'm going to kick it back up to you because it looks like we got some questions coming in. But also on that note, Metal Summoners, you guys have been great as always. Keep the questions flowing in because it is last call for alcohol. Any final questions? Anything you want to ask Mark about, anything that he's involved in, any curiosities you have about him, but also anything involving Streetcar Revenge? This is now your time to make sure that you get those questions in so we can get them up on the board and get them answered for you. So it is last call for alcohol, fans, when it comes to any final questions for the band. Go ahead, Angel.
The question that I forgot earlier actually came to me now.
Yeah. All right.
What's going on as far as merch, like with shirts and stuff?
Yeah, we got a lot going on. We have 2 different kinds of shirts. We have one with the full cover, and then we have one with just the name, the Streetcar Revenge name. We actually have the full CD. We actually found a place on Long Island. It looks like a business card. It's pretty slick. It has the cover on the back, the song list on it. It actually pops out into a little USB drive. So we got those going. We got some hats. Some pretty cool hats. And then we even have one place we found online. I think they're based out of New York, maybe. And it's nice because they'll make even one piece, if you want it. $75 minimum. But yes, we have fleeces. Some people, if they want a fleece, we can get it for you in about 2 weeks. We pretty much put the logo on anything you want. We everything from polo shirts, to girls' fleeces, men's fleeces. So we really try to push the merch out there, get the name out there, get the logo out there. If nothing else, people may see it and look it up online and like it. So we're kind of big on that. Just trying to get everything out there all the time.
And you mentioned you're in Connecticut. Can you speak North Jersey and Boston? Well, Brian, I'm in North Jersey. We do have a contract in Boston.
Yeah. Well, Connecticut, we kind of have that blend together. It takes New York, New Jersey, and Boston and puts them together. And we kind of have our own little speak here.
It's easy to get there. The same way I get to Maryland, but just going the opposite way. 95.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really not so bad. It's easy to get around up here.
Yeah, just don't drive 95. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of traffic. Leave early.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to drive 95 when you get to New York because of traffic.
Yeah, it's awful. Yeah. When we do play in the city, we tend to go 684, kind of go that way. Avoid 95 at all costs. In the merit.
Oh, I'm definitely curious about the answer to this question.
Yeah.
One word that describes you as a musician.
Wow. Geez, that's a hard one. Probably aggressive. I think I'm the one who's always pushing the envelope for the band. If you tell us we can't do it, I'll do it just to prove you wrong.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, really, I just don't take no for an answer. Just keep aggressive, keep pushing. Like you said, we're trying to pull Streetcar Revenge in all parts of the country. And just torture them until they let us on the show. Even the record deal, that's how we ended up with it. Because that New England Rock Fest, we were the only unsigned band. And poor John Kibble from Kibble Records. I sent him videos, I called him every day. Finally he listened to it, he liked it, he let us on the show. But that's what led to the record deal and where we are now. So yeah, probably aggressive is, for better or worse, is the best description.
Back to you, Jay.
No, absolutely, for sure. Like, Mark, it's been an absolute pleasure getting to hang out with you, man, getting to talk about the record, how it came about, your guys' plans for the rest of this year and the start of next year. The thing that's always so important to myself and Angel is that, you enjoyed yourself. You felt respected. You liked the questions. You felt that this was worth your time. And in any way, shape, or form, you felt that this interview could be beneficial to, Streetcar Revenge's continued success.
Oh, absolutely. I did. This is probably one of the most fun ones I did, the questions from the people. And you can see people are listening to it. Please go out, stream us. If you want a CD, t-shirts, anything, you get us on Facebook. Get us that way on the website. We have all the merch there. So,
cool.
Yeah, whatever we can do. You want to see us, let us know. We'll come to your town, we'll play. We just we want to, like you say, get it out there, meet people, just have a good time with it.
Absolutely, for sure. And before we let you go officially, please let everybody know where Streetcar Revenge can be found.
Yep, we're on all streaming platforms. Just Spotify, Apple, Amazon. Just search Streetcar Revenge. Whole CD's up there. Our videos are on YouTube. They actually put the whole album on YouTube too. So there's individual tracks. Our website, streetcarrevenge.com. You go on there. You can read all about the band. You can get anything you want from there. And Facebook too. We have Streetcar Revenge. There's individual members. Instant message me. If you want anything special, we'll get the logo on it for you, and we'll get it out to you.
That's awesome, man. Absolutely, for sure. We really, really appreciate you again, man, hanging out with us tonight. And just we're super grateful that you had a good time.
Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you, guys. Yeah, thanks for having me.
No, of course, man. Metal Summoners, thank you guys so much, as always, for hanging out with us, rocking out with us, supporting Mark and supporting Streetcar Revenge and everything that they've got going on. You guys are absolute rock stars, and we really appreciate you guys because this show doesn't exist without you guys. But please make sure that you guys are following Streetcar Revenge on all of their socials, just like Mark had told you. The track listing for the record is been cruising along the bottom there. So definitely make sure that you guys are checking that out, rocking out, and listening to those great songs. It really is a killer record. Please also make sure. Oh, go ahead, Angel.
I was going to say, yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. No, 100%. Please, Metal Summoners, and also anybody who's watching us for the first time, please follow the Metal Summit on both Facebook and YouTube and subscribe to those pages, because that's where you're watching the interview right now. That's how you'll be able to keep up to date with everything that's going on and everything that we do as far as our interviews. If you really like what we're doing and you want to be the first person to know about anything that we've got going on, please make sure that you're following the Instagram page under the Metal Summit as well. But speaking of Instagram, you can follow Angel at Angel Alamo 78 on Instagram. You can also find him on Facebook as well. I can be found at Salem.Vampire on Instagram, but you can also find me on Facebook as well under Salem Vampire. And then, of course, our beloved man behind the scenes in Psycho Steve. You can find him at The Real Psycho Steve on Instagram or PsychoStevePresents.com. We really, really appreciate you guys as well. Thank you for hanging out with us and rocking out on a Tuesday. But Metal Summoners, we will see you guys in about 24 hours for a brand new episode of the Metal Summit. But this has been all about our good friend Mark and everything that's been going on for Streetcar Revenge. So Mark, again, thank you so much for some time this evening, my friend.
Thank you so much, guys. It was fun. We got to do it again.
So good. Definitely. Oh, you're always welcome, and we definitely look forward to it. We definitely looking forward to seeing, Angel's smiley face up there, hosting shows for you and giving you guys some good intros. So that'll definitely be a good one. And we're just looking forward to getting to hang out with you in person, man, and have a drink and and also thank you in person as well.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Right on. Staying with us. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Metal Summoners. Have yourselves a great rest of your evening. We'll see you guys in 24 hours. Be good to each other. Keep listening to music. And please keep supporting the bands and everything that they do to keep them on the road and new music for you guys to listen to. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. As always, you've been watching the Metal Summit.